Welcome back, everyone. We are live. Another episode of the Golden Ticket Show on the Frequency Sake Network. My name is Dan with Gotham Gambling, and I present to you the League of Extraordinary Degenerates. We got Betting Cheese, who's about to go get drunk after this show. We got Steve, who can't win a basketball bet today. And we got Better Bets, who still remains anonymous.
Hey,
What's up, guys? How we doing today?
For the cam.
We good.
Can't lose a bet if you don't make one.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
Alrighty, but how's the week been for you guys? I mean, Steve, I believe you said you had an LIU rant you wanted to go on this week. Have you calmed down a little bit from that?
No, I mean, now that I know that we might have a guy, you know what I mean? I might feel a little different. NEC is just now it's just opened up now. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Man, I'm not getting arrested so you can win your Division One low D1 basketball bets.
Listen, man, we'll play it cool, but when there's like suspicious wagers going on for Virginia, and this one guy just dropped it, just crazy money on LIU of all.
When we see Virginia Military Institute covering by 2, we're gonna know something's up. Alrighty, boys. So we have a really weird slate tomorrow. We're obviously already kicked off today's games. We have a huge college basketball slate. There's only one. I had to double check to make sure I had my facts right on this one, and it wasn't just my app sucking. It looked like we only had one NBA game, but we have a massive list of NBA games. Not to mention, we got some soccer in the morning. We got Saturday NHL action. It's another loaded slate for Saturday. Boys, I think we've hit that 1 month stride where there is always something going on for sports. So let's kick off with some early Super Bowl action. Has anyone got any early looks so far in the Super Bowl props that they've already kind of targeted? I'll start with myself. I took it's probably going to be an auto lock. Just because of the way they've been using Kareem Hunt. But I took Isaiah Pacheco's under 9.5 longest rush. He only got 5 last week. I don't see any reason against a even better run defense that he's going to get more than a double-digit run this week.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys got for that game or anything you kind of are looking at right now? We got the spread at 1.5, over under sitting at 48. The thing I noticed is about 83% of the money going into this game is on that over right now.
I don't know. Super Bowls are so weird with totals and spreads. I usually just prop it and play a live play on the side, depending on how the vibe of the game's going. If Eagles are up, I'll bet on Chiefs. If Chiefs are up, I'll bet on Chiefs. We're being honest.
I gotcha. I think there's so many futures that have the Chiefs in it that even though the majority of the books are getting hit with Eagles money line, they still want the Eagles to win. So it's one of those. I'm kind of up in the air right now, but at the end of the day, like, it's the Super Bowl. It's Mahomes. He's not facing up against Brady. Like, it's Jalen Hurts. We saw this last time. I know they're adding a different component because this time around they have Saquon Barkley. But at the end of the day, I mean, I got to ride Mahomes, the hot hand.
Yeah, I'm thinking about a little similar action to what I ended up doing last year and take Eagles first half and then Kansas City full game. You know, this always seems like one of those where it's like Mahomes really isn't worried. Gets to the fourth quarter, this game's close. He has an insane performance and kind of kicks it off. So
it's just hard to bet against him.
Yeah. And God,
especially this late in the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think, you know what? I think I'm going to also say, I think this might be one of the least bet Super Bowls in the last 5-6 years, just because like everyone was so excited for the possible, like, even if it wasn't Commanders, like someone besides the Eagles and the Chiefs, for once, someone different in there. But yeah, I think what I'm looking for is if Philly gets the ball first and scores, I know most books will usually do a live boost. around that time or for the game. So I'll probably wait for that, and then I'll take Kansas City money line there. You could take Philly pregame just to hedge it out.
Yeah, that's probably what I'll do.
I'm kind of leaning the under for this game just because I feel like historically Super Bowl kind of goes under, and in the last 3, I think it's gone over. So I think we're kind of due. We got 2 solid defenses, and they both will run the ball. So I'm kind of leaning under for this game.
Yeah, I meant to ask you guys too. I'm curious your guys' thoughts. We talked about it with how the Detroit was able to run on Washington, and we saw how Saquon did. James Cook kind of and Josh Allen kind of seemed like they were able to get what they wanted when they needed to.
Yeah.
On the ground at least. So could we see another 150-yard game from Saquon here, or is this more of a locked-in defense? They got an extra week to prepare.
I could see it with between Saquon and Jalen Hurts rushing that much.
Yeah. I mean, I can't think of a scenario where, unless they're down 20 points, they're going to go the ball Saquon.
Yeah, at that point, you just take his rush receiving yards. You don't got to worry. It's like when Derrick Henry in Tennessee, they're just going to give him the ball any way they can.
Yep.
You guys think it's going to be close? I think it's going to be another good game, but
I hope so.
I wanted
he's
to be
going to do
close.
that, it seems like. Like all the Chiefs are kind of like the Patriots, where their Super Bowls were all close. Mahomes has kind of replicated the same thing.
Yeah.
Except for the Brady Super Bowl, where they kind of got crushed.
If the Eagles win, I want them to blow them out.
That would be nice.
I love
If the
that.
Eagles win, I want them to blow them out.
Either scenario, either team winning was just a bad scenario.
What really
league, I
happens
agree.
is both teams get caught for cheating. They put the Commanders in place, and the Commanders win and absolutely dominate. And Dan Snyder just collapses on the field and disintegrates and goes down to hell. And that's how we finished the 59th Super Bowl.
Work.
So we have a massive college hoop slate, but before we get into that, let's run over a bit of NBA. I know Steve's not much on the NBA. I don't know if Don and Cheese have looked too much into anything, but just kind of almost like I know Betts is big with his NBA stuff. First game we have tomorrow, Orlando, Utah. I'm leaning Orlando -5.5 here, especially after losing to Portland and getting upset on the road. I'm curious what you guys' thoughts are on that one.
I'd lean Orlando as well.
I think
Yeah.
I would hammer the first half for sure. Lean full game because I think there's a weird chance that Utah covers that 5.5. Orlando wins by 5, but if the first half is anywhere between 2.5 to 3, I think I would take Orlando first half for sure.
Yeah, I like Orlando too. They got their 2 boys back, Franz and Paolo now. They're way better than their record. Bounce back from losing to Portland, I agree.
Yeah, it's so weird because last year they were like the one team you could always count on to cover the spread. And just with so many injuries this year, you don't really know what team's actually going to show up. Only other thing I'm looking at for that one is I'm looking if Anthony Black's PRAs are anything below 20. I'm going to take that. We've seen pretty much every point guard over the last 2 weeks since it kind of became public knowledge about how bad Keontae George and Isaiah Collier are, and that whole guard rotation is defensively. That I might just start taking every one of them's points over in general.
I don't hate that at all. It's just a bad defensive trend, and you got a cat running in front of you.
She's running from my dog right now.
Speaking of NBA, I have someone's high school jersey on, and I want to know if we can guess it really quick. We ready for this?
Yeah, let's see it.
And Nathan Hale.
No idea.
Steve?
Nash? Blake.
Nope.
Francis.
Nope.
It's Steve Buscemi, isn't it?
I wish it was Steve Buscemi. Honestly, I'm kind of upset with you, Steve. I won't lie.
It's
The
someone
name
from
in my
LIU.
Imagine that'd be a fire thing to get for a week. No, this is a golden ticket show goat. Shout out Pick Stevie. It's Michael Porter Jr. baby.
Oh,
Washington High School. I actually saw Michael Porter Jr. walk in downtown Portland one time, and I was like, I'm pretty sure that's Michael Porter Jr. And no one knew who he was because he's just like the #1 college recruit. But Brandon Roy was his coach, so
Yep.
I kind of knew
Nathan
about
Hale,
all that.
baby.
Yeah.
Nathan Hale.
Oh,
I've
so
been
that
an
was
MPJ guy
who are
since.
some Washington legends? I was just thinking in my head. I was like, all right.
I didn't.
MPJ.
Don wasn't on when I told you guys. Don, so my roommate, when I was a recruiter at Hoop Group, my roommate is now the director of basketball operations at LIU Brooklyn. We're about to make them unbettable.
Sharks, baby.
Going back through the slate, Bets, is there anything that kind of stuck out to that you kind of looked at already for tomorrow? Anything else you guys have kind of looked at?
The first thing I saw, and throwback to last week, I was kind of hating on my Blazers, but they've been on kind of a run since then, and they're playing the Suns on a back-to-back tomorrow. The spread's only 3.5, which is kind of weird for a team that has 5 more wins and has Durant and Booker and Beal against the ragtag Blazers crew. I got a couple buddies who are going to the game too, so I got some boots on the ground. So I'm going Blazers plus 3.5 and a little on the money line as well.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
What's the spread of the Washington Minnesota game?
16 and a half, 17
16 and a half. I think, let me see. 1, 2.
All right, I know
The games
Wizards have
tomorrow,
dropped. Wizards have
I have
lost 16 in a row.
I have 17 on DraftKings.
70% of the games tomorrow have a double-digit spread.
Yo, Wizards plus 900, dude. You can take that.
I mean,
So
give me that 17 and a half. Let me cover my ass. Let me give me, that's going to be my pick of the day, man. My NBA pick of the day is Wizards 17 and a half. Lock it in.
So I got
Masterclass, Jordan Poole.
I have one I'm curious about, just the situational spot, but obviously it depends on who each team plays. Denver, Charlotte, Denver minus 14 is kind of what I'm leaning right now, just because of one reason. The Hornets are playing a back-to-back. They don't have anyone active. I mean, their top player currently, besides Miles Bridges, was Micic, and they started Taj Gibson. Like that's how bad the lineup is right now. Is like 40-year-old Taj Gibson is starting and only playing 10 minutes a game. So I'm looking at Jokic because Jokic in back-to-backs has averaged like 10.5 something assists, and is so I might start targeting that again. His rebound and assist line has gotten so high, I don't want to touch it. It was at 24.5 at tip-off. And the crazy thing is he's hitting it. He's at what?
Jeez.
He's at 20 in the third quarter. Eric Gordon would get off his ass and shoot a 3. So I might look at that. Denver against the spread tomorrow is something I'm kind of watching. If it gets above 15, I don't think I'm going to take it. But another key thing for me in this one is that's kind of keeping it at a lean is Charlotte is 5-1 against the spread on a back-to-back. And the big one is Denver is 7-2, and they cover by an average of 14 points.
Yeah,
on back-to-backs this year.
I was looking at something like that earlier. It was a little crazy. It was a crazy number. I think for me, I would kind of Musa Debate, the kid out of Michigan, has been stepping up for them in these big moments. He is who I think is going to be guarding Jokic tomorrow night. I think his points and rebound over could be. I would assume it's anywhere between 14.5 and 16. I think
it's going to kick. He's got 11 and 14 tonight.
I know. That's
on
why I'm thinking.
Zubats.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like, if it's anywhere in like the 16 to like 17 range, I think I would consider taking it, just because I think he's got a chance to be like the second best or the third best option that they have behind Bridges and Micic.
Yeah, I think another one I'm looking at for that one is is taking Nick Smith's under. The problem they've been giving him the green light, but they should not be. He's about to shoot himself out of the league.
Yep.
Since Brandon Miller was out, they put him in the starting lineup in the last 5 games. He's shooting 31% from the floor.
Shooters got to shoot, man.
Yeah, but they also got to make them.
Listen, you miss 100% of the shots you can't take.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. In this case, it was 75% of the shots.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys have seen, but Deontay Murray left tonight with a non-contact injury.
That's not good. He's on my fantasy team.
Let me just read you these tour dates. Since he has taken over the starting role, since he had 2 consecutive games with 19 and 15, right? And then they fully put him in to play 32 plus minutes a night. 2 for 6, 1 for 10, 3 for 12, 2 for 8, 6 for 18, 4 for 10. This guy in college arguably was a great 3-point shooter, right? For you college nerds.
Yeah, he was his freshman year. He was pretty solid for Arkansas.
So since January 22nd, I'm not shitting here. He is 4 for 34 from 3.
That's bad.
He has not made a 3 in 5 games.
Sometimes the lights, man, it's
his last 3-pointer was against Portland when there was 10 seconds left and they were down 10. And he was 2 for 10 in that game. So yeah, this line keeps staying high. I'm going to fade him because eventually the shot's going to fall. But the way Micic is playing, the way they're using their bench, it's not falling enough to justify him playing this much.
No.
So
they have how many guys? Like 5, 6 guys out right now.
So
every starter but Bridges is out.
LaMelo's out. Brandon Miller's out for the year with the wrist, and then it's who else? Who are the other 2 starters?
Mark Williams is out a week.
Yep. And then is it Seth Curry, right?
Yeah, this was their injury report tonight. Cody Martin sports hernia, LaMelo sprained ankle, Trey Mann disc irritation, Grant Williams ACL, Mark Williams left foot tendon injury management. Isaiah Wong was the only player who did not play tonight because of coach's decision. They sent a player down to G League this morning before the game, which was weird. And then Brandon Miller right wrist ligament repair. So yeah. What's up, brother? Thank you for turning it in, man. Yeah. Only other play I'm looking at, San Antonio money line, depending on how much.
I like that. I like that because I think the Bucks are going to get the job done tonight, and I think Wemby and them are going to be hungry. And with what's going on with the Miami Heat, you gotta take Wemby, and you take Khalil Ware under points and rebounds because when he goes up against these big centers, he struggles.
Yeah. Yeah, that mixed with I want to pull the trigger on it. I'm gonna take Knicks minus 9.5 against the Lakers. Because this is a different team when without AD. And I think it's a little bit of an overreaction. I think this line should probably be closer to 11, considering how the Knicks played. But because they just smoked the Wizards by like 60, they're probably going to overreact a bit to this. I'm seeing about 70% of the bets are on the Lakers. 75% of the money is on the Knicks to cover. Their big men are not going to be able to handle Cat because I don't think Jackson Hayes is going to be able to move quick enough. When this team has nothing but essentially guards and then Dorian Finney-Smith and LeBron, and the Knicks have nothing but forwards and wings that can play the guard. It's not a good matchup. Also, shout out to Tom Thibodeau for learning what a bench is. Really proud of him for that. He's learning. The ninth man played 5 minutes the other night.
Progress.
Old dogs can't learn new tricks.
We're seeing a nice little 6 minutes a game from Landry Shamet. That's what we need when Deuce McBride is like 2 for 10. Yeah, great stuff there from the Knicks. I'm proud of Thibodeau. He's probably learning he's about to get fired. Knicks team total sitting at 119.5 right now.
I would take that over.
So, and that's what's interesting to me. The team total difference is 12 points, but the spread is 9.
Right.
That's weird.
So if you think the Knicks can score 120 on this Lakers team, then yeah, I would definitely take the spread minus 108 right now on DK.
I don't know if the Lakers get 100 points tomorrow.
No, I genuinely don't. I think you got to rely on Austin Reeves to have a great game, and he's going to have any combination of Brunson and Bridges on him. And you're able to literally you could literally make it where LeBron has to score 50 to keep the team close, and you should easily win because you can switch 1 through 4 without trying really. For 90% of their lineups. Any other NBA bets you guys got for tomorrow before we kick off our mega college hoop slate?
I'm not seeing the lines out, but if Tyrese Maxey's assists 8.5 over, I like that. Or Chris Paul's assist 7.5 over. They're not out yet on DK, but if that's where they're at, I'm hitting the over.
Weren't you the Chris Paul guy, man? You said anytime 6.5.
Yeah.
I am. I'm the Chris Paul guy. Every 7.5, if it's available, I'm in 6.5, right. And if it's over that, too much.
Yeah, me and Better Bets are doing a collab bet. So if you see 6.5, lock it in, man. All right,
lock it the fuck in. Speaking of locking in, your boy's back, Steve.
You're back
tonight in college hoops.
Sweet.
4-0, baby.
Let's go. Let's go.
Dude, I have never thought
I
told myself going into this year I was never gonna bet on the Bulls players on a player prop again, and here I am sweating fucking Vucevic to not get 3 more rebounds.
How much time is left?
5 minutes to go in the fourth. And what worries me is he had 7 rebounds in the first 6 minutes, and he did not have a single one. And I feel like they're up 16, so I'm hoping they just pull him.
Love it. God. I love it.
All right,
what did I have tonight? I had Georgetown money line, big. Cheese is on it. I had Manhattan money line against Iona, blew them out. I had Akron plus 3.5. They blew out Kent State. Yeah, and then I had Indiana. I took Indiana first half plus 6.5 because I knew they'd keep it close. Right now, they're down 7. Indiana was up at the end of the first half, so they're down 7. So my analysis was right, and that's a quick 4-0 sweep.
I need you to yell at me on that one.
Nice.
Why?
Sure, because I bet Purdue first half.
Oh, see, you gotta think of it like this. Purdue, the last time they played a Friday night home game, Purdue absolutely wiped the floor with Michigan. Indiana plays to Purdue's level a little bit. They got great guard play that can compete. Indiana's been a team that I've been riding with all year. I thought that I was looking at the line earlier when I saw 12.5. I was like, this is screaming for me to want to take Indiana, but I'll take the first half instead because I think they keep it close.
Yeah, naturally, I like to lean towards especially like a rival game like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to look at that, you want to give the points, you want to take those points. But you're right; it's like I can't believe in Mike Woodson till the end of the game. So that first half, I saw that and I was like, dude, that's smart. That was a great pick.
It is because what happens is all week we've been talking in our chat about these teams and how we're just going to take first halves from now on because that's when they're locked in. This is when we're making the money. So first half is going to be something I'm going to be using a lot more moving forward here.
Yeah.
But I did
To be
just live.
fair-
I
to
did
be
also
fair, I
just
said
live
that
bet
just
Indiana plus
because-
8.5.
Say,
Not
to
mad
be
at
fair,
that.
I do that when I just want to bitch about my bet sucking because then it somehow works out.
I mean, but you're right though. Like all week I've looked and I've looked and I've looked and I'm like, man, these lines looked really good, and then they would hit in their first half would cover, and then they would lose the full game, and I'm losing money.
Right.
I'm just like, I gotta find the balance here.
Right.
So I'm happy though. I'm happy.
Yeah. Let's go
Yeah,
ahead. Let's kick
Akron's team
off.
total 100% was all messed up tonight.
Let's go ahead. Let's kick off some for tomorrow. This is the big thing. We have, I think it's how many games we got tomorrow?
There's over 120 for sure.
I mean, past couple weeks it was like 149. Week before it was like 150 something. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 100 between that 150, 140, 150.
I think we're the time of the year where everyone is playing on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And we have a huge slate. So
Yep.
I'm just gonna go off what I have here from Bart Torvik, game by game. So Florida, Tennessee favored by 2. The line is for the over under 142.5. He's got it projected 136. You guys have any looks on that one?
I got it projected up to 138.5. I think that is 100% a first half for me. Because I think that there's a chance that Tennessee comes out firing. Florida's played really, really well. Tennessee has lost 2 in a row. They need to come out hot here. Like they're falling to the gun a little bit. So I think Florida matches up well with them, but I like Tennessee in the first half. So right now I have Tennessee. I'm looking on ESPN Bet. I have Tennessee minus 4.5 with the over under at 142.5. So I think Tennessee first half will probably be in the 1.5 to 2 range. I'm 100% going to take that, I think, and then I might just watch the second game, the second half, as a collegiate basketball fan.
I'm gonna add that. I was on Tennessee. I deleted it, and I'm doing first half. I think.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing a number for the first half right now.
Yeah, they won't put it out till like 10 Central.
Yeah, Don.
So I'm looking really quick. Hard Rock has it at minus 2.5.
Minus 2. I like that.
I think your breakdown on that's like on point because I was looking at this game. Honestly, I like Florida for the full game. I think they're trying to get us to go hop on Tennessee because Tennessee got waxed by them last time they played at their home.
Yeah, it's at Florida.
Florida, and like you said, Florida matches up with these guys really well, and you just at that first half, Tennessee, they're going to come out fired up. I like that a lot. I haven't bet on it yet for the 4.5 because, like I said, I was on the fence on. I'm second guessing everything this week, so it's like I'm looking at.
I mean, the way I look at it, they play on the road. They're not going to shoot 4-29 from 3 again, and they're not going to score 15 first half points and then 43 for the game.
Yeah,
right.
Like it's going to be a different time around. Because also Tennessee was riding really, really high. Then they went in the swamp and they got shell shocked, and they've kind of come down to earth a little bit since then.
Yeah.
But like one thing to worry about for that, Zakai Ziegler is game time decision with a knee injury, and then Igor Milicic is a game time decision with an undisclosed injury. So that could drop the line a little bit.
Right.
I actually made some bets for Saturday, and I'm on Florida +4, Steve, as well. I don't know if that's a good sign or bad sign, but
hey man, tell at your own risk, man.
Hey, we're tailing, I believe. I was checking out Ken Palm today. I was looking at the schedule. I was like, they kind of cooked them, but it's in Tennessee. But Florida's good. I've been watching some more college basketball, and I've heard a lot of talk about Florida. I feel like they've been a lot better this year than usual. Tennessee's been pretty good the last 3 years, right?
Both teams are ranked in the top 10 in Ken Palm rankings. Florida ranking 3rd over in offensive rating. Yeah. Tennessee ranking 2nd in defensive rating. Like you got to take all that into consideration as well. So I mean,
it's gonna be.
I'm gonna bite the bullet and say I think Tennessee can win this game. I'm just worried about the number.
Yeah.
So I like the first half for sure.
I kind of think it's the same thing. Going to be close.
However, I
I'm
am seeing some
dealing with
books are
the new
putting it at
model.
5.
Oh, my bad. Working with the new model. Been working with Cheese on that soft sports model. I got this at like a 2.5 point game, so that's why I like the 4.5. I'm like, all right, could come down close. Could be a close game.
It's gonna be a fun one to watch.
It is, and I
It's
like
a good.
that.
It's a good start to the slate for sure.
Yeah.
Right, definitely.
It's one of those where, like, if the rest of the slate is trash, you could say, you know what, we started strong.
Yeah.
Right.
I
It's
mean,
like the 1
It
p.m.
could be
I mean,
bad.
we got some good
I
games
mean-
tomorrow, man.
there's a Mountain West game tomorrow night that I'm locked in on at 10 o'clock.
Oh, is that St. Mary's Gonzaga?
No, they're
UNLV.
WCC. That is,
Nevada.
San Diego State.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I
Yeah.
think they play earlier. No, it's hold on, excuse me.
UNLV.
Nevada's the only
Nevada.
Mountain West team at 10.
UNLV plays Nevada, right?
Oh, sorry, 9:30, New Mexico, Utah State.
Oh, I like Utah State in that game, man. Tell me, talk to me.
Oh
Talk
no! Don't
Talk
tell
to
me
me.
no.
Oh,
Talk to me.
we can't be doing this talk to me shit again. Because what happens is I'm going to talk you off of Utah State because of the fact of the matter is that I have New Mexico to win the Mountain West at plus money in a 5-leg parlay to hit about $9,000. So
All right. Don't worry about
also,
it.
so to toot my own horn a little bit, I put this out about 2 weeks ago, and now if you took the same 5 teams I took for the same price, it's $4,000 less. It like cut in half. So
what team are those, man? Yeah.
So
So horn,
it's-
bro.
so it was Houston because I got them at plus money. They're now down to
Okay.
minus 300. It was Memphis doing the AAC. I got it at minus 110 before it dropped significantly. It was Michigan, who has kind of gone down a little bit. They were good value. They just if they can beat Michigan State, they have a chance to win. And if Indiana can knock off Purdue tonight, then we'll be good there. It was New Mexico to win the Mountain West. And then the last one was Alabama to win the SEC regular season title. So those 5 were 50 to make about 94.5.
That's nice.
And Alabama's
You
gone
you
up.
didn't give me
because
the heads up.
Listen, this was 2 weeks ago, buddy. It was the 1 week I wasn't on the show. We were talking off air. But New
In
Mexico,
fairness, I don't think. In fairness, Cheese wasn't on the show that week either.
he wasn't correct. But New Mexico and Utah State are both ranked in the top 50 in KenPom. Utah State ranks 27th in offensive rating. New Mexico 38th in defensive rating. With it being a Utah State, it makes me a little worried. But I mean, you can't deny if you've watched Donovan Dent play basketball, he is a legit complete scoring guard. He averages just under 20 a game, 6 rebounds. 6.6 assists. And then they have probably one of the funnest names in the center, in Nelly Jr. Joseph, who averages a double-double at 13.5 points per game and 10.4 rebounds per game. They got guys that can score. They play about 6 to 7 consistently, but they play hard defensively, and I think New Mexico can cover within this 4.5. I had it at. I have to search for it. I had it at New Mexico. I had it Utah State minus 2.5. I think getting 4.5 and that 2 points, I think definitely helps.
I'm just gonna come out of the show with all different bets.
But geez, don't you do this? Don't you do this every week though?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, guys, make sure you guys stay tuned as we get closer to the end. Before I know Cheese has to leave a bit early tonight, we're gonna give out a big Saturdays are for the boys parlay for you guys to put in 1 play from each person, so we can lock something in for tomorrow. Get something sweaty going. So Cheese can try to explain to his wife his why he's paying for a bougie golf trip.
Why I made double the mortgage payment.
Yeah,
There you go.
Like, listen, the house got paid off. Don't ask
Listen.
why, but
Listen,
She would
I'm
not.
fucking seeing the board. I swept tonight 4-0. Like I'm dialed right now. I'm ready to go here.
So
Bro,
you're on
all right,
Mississippi State.
Chicago, you're up 20 points. Take
Mississippi
your
State.
starters out.
I am staying away from Mississippi State Missouri tomorrow.
As you should.
That game is so fucking gross.
Yes.
Like-
Yes, it is.
Like, it has Mississippi State. Again, Mississippi State beat them by 24
Yes.
last time they played. Missouri to me is they're one of those teams where it's such a hit or miss. They're both top 30.
But they both fall into that. They both fall.
Exactly. The thing is, and I've watched Mississippi State play basketball, and I knew that they were going to lose to Alabama the other night. It was an easy play. But both of them rank in the top 30 in KenPom, which, by the way, every team in the SEC ranks in the top 80 in KenPom overall, which is crazy.
Oh,
which is a
that's
crazy
crazy.
stat.
Yeah.
Mississippi State is 18th in offensive rating. Missouri is 23rd. Both of them in the top 60 in defensive rating. I think the 5.5 is such a high number. I know that Missouri is like they play a lot better at home, but they got three guys that average over 12 points per game. Mississippi State, if Hubbard's not playing well, they need guys to step up, and they have four guys that average double figures, but Kugel's too inconsistent. You got Keyshawn Murphy, who plays well one night and then plays bad the other. It's so all over the place. I don't trust either side to cover any sort of number. If I had a lean, it would be Missouri. But again, this is the first half. I would take Mississippi State first half because I think they come out hot and firing because they're a little mad because of how they lost to Alabama. And Missouri on the road struggles out of the gate. So Mississippi State first half could be the play if you like Mississippi State in any aspect of the game.
But they practice a lot of layups.
I fucking hope so. That would be bad.
So, all right, moving down the
Missouri.
12 p.m. slate a bit more. There's three other great games that week. The one I'm kind of looking at, Minnesota versus Washington. Washington's going to have a 9 a.m. local time tip-off.
That is nothing in I thought you were going with.
You're talking about Wake Forest.
Yep, because I'm fucking hammering Wake Forest tomorrow. Wake
They
Forest
got-
at home.
We'll circle to that
Wake
one
Forest
right
at
after
home. You gotta hop on that, man. Especially 1.5. It's you just got to.
It might be.
This is their first home loss since. This was their first home loss all season, and it even goes as far back as it's their first home loss since Georgia in the NIT.
Yeah.
Outside of that, they've only in the last 20 home games that were not tournament games. They lost to Georgia. They haven't lost an in-season home game since. I don't think they lost one last year, except maybe Duke. Yeah, they didn't.
Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and that was like last game of the season before the tournament.
Yeah. So I'm telling you, man, Wake Forest. Like, I might go Wake Forest first half, Wake Forest full game, 1.5 units each as a 3-unit double play there. Like, that's how much I love Wake Forest tomorrow.
Don't tell me that Joel is going to be fucking popping tomorrow.
Yeah.
As a Demon Deacon fan.
And
Go
plus,
ahead, man.
Pittsburgh,
Yo.
Pittsburgh's won their last two. They barely
no
squeaked
fucking
against
way.
Syracuse, and then North Carolina, like they were in the game, but they weren't. They shouldn't have been in the game. Wake Forest defensively top 25 in KenPom, man. I got to take them.
Right.
Got to take them.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself live on air.
What, don't
They
no,
put
we
every starter but
we don't
Houston.
condone that, man. Don't do that.
It's my show.
It's just it's just the Demon Deacons, man. Come on, just bet on them and just ride. Come on, man. Don is hot. He's telling you to bet on him, bro. Stop questioning it. Just
That-
no,
ride
not
it.
that.
That's
So,
like that might be my
if
play
you
of the day
guys-
tomorrow. Is Wake Forest.
Ride it.
If you guys have been following along with our Road to Glory underdog streaks, we were 3 away from clearing $1 to 800. We needed under 11.5 rebounds from Vucevic. They pulled every starter with a minute left but him.
Oh, no.
He had 11 rebounds. They shot the last second shot to finish the shot clock off. He caught it as the time came down, and they gave him the rebound.
No.
All right,
I
get that
understand.
money
I
back.
understand
Wake
your
Forest.
frustration. I understand
Wake
your
Forest money
frustration.
All
line.
right, guys, I'm
Get
gonna
it
go
back.
cry. You guys can talk about.
Hey, Wake Forest, Wake Forest first half -1.5. Wake Forest full game money line.
Do it.
Let's fucking do it.
I'll do it with
Let's
you. Come on,
Let's
Gotham.
hammer it home.
I
Yeah.
Hammer it
like
home.
he's spot on with Wake Forest, man. I like
Hammer
that
it
play.
home.
That
Let's
was
go.
one of the plays I definitely liked. And anytime I
Hammer
can
it
say
home.
eat shit pit, man, like the lock it
Yeah.
up.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely taking Wake Forest
Ooh.
money line, regardless of anything. It's kind of like my requirement.
I
But
should
no,
I
like,
should have trusted my gut and took Indiana plus 12.5 because they're up by 4 with 6 minutes left.
we
Well,
got
you got the 8.5. You got the 8, right?
Yeah, I got the 8.5 live, but like, and Purdue's got some guys in foul trouble too, which
Man,
is
save
definitely
some heat for the rest of us, bro.
trying, man. Bro,
I'm trying to get it over here, bro. Send some of that shit this way.
Listen, the heat wave is gonna come down to Virginia, my friend.
It was in the 50s today, so I think you're right, man. I'm feeling it.
So to go back, obviously, I overstepped with talking about Wake Forest, and I had to get Gotham going a little bit.
I need the
like you
Tony
said,
reality. I need the
like you
around the
said-
horn button.
like you said, with Washington in the 9 a.m. tip, Minnesota first half tomorrow minus 2.5 looks tremendous. Tremendous.
And I'm looking at Washington's season this year.
It's not
They
been
have
great.
played. They've played 2 games so far this year on the road outside of the West Coast. They lost to Michigan by 16,
Mhm.
and they lost to Michigan State by 34.
Yep.
So obviously Minnesota is not the powerhouse of that conference, but yeah, I don't mind that either. I might take even just the money line and put it with a put it in a parlay piece or something. It's minus 205 right now. But yeah, I like that first half. I'm gonna add that onto my card as well. What was that? Minus 2.5?
Minus 2.5.
Gotcha. Then we got 2 games in New York on the 12 o'clock window. Providence, St. John's. Anything there or anything quick you guys want to shout out?
I love Slick Rick, man, but I just feel like the spread is too high. Just looking at their other games, St. John just doesn't blow out Providence like that, man. I just
No.
I don't. As much as I love St. John's right this year, man, I that's my pick for Big East, and yeah, spread's too high for me. I'm gonna stay away, but spread's too high.
In the Big East, I would lean under in this game. I would lean under
Oh.
based off the numbers I was looking at earlier for this game.
And
What is that at?
142.5.
Oh yeah.
I have it as
That
low
under.
as 138.5.
Yeah.
And we got another team over on the other side of Manhattan, Fordham, in the greatest neighborhood of New York, the Bronx. Going up against St. Bonnie. St. Bonnie minus 10.5 right now is the spread. Bart Torvik has this at minus 15
Jeez.
on the spread right now. 92% of the money is on St. Bonnie's to absolutely blow out Fordham. Are we leaning in the same way, or what's you guys look at this one?
Fordham's interesting to me because like when you look at like their rankings and everything like that in KenPom, like going into that before they had that upset win at home, I mean they were just like you were talking like, oh, this might be the worst team in the A10. I think they're a little scrappy. I think whatever the first half, if the spread's minus 13, the first half might be like 6.5, 7.5. I wouldn't hate taking the points there, but I think St. Bonaventure is going to win this game. I don't know how bad they roll them, but
Could be 20.
I would probably stay away just on the safe side.
I'm not allowed to bet this one because New York sucks. But yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, I don't see a first half spread right now, but given that I'm seeing 10.5, 11.5, my guess is 6. I don't mind taking that.
Yeah, model's spinning out 15 for this game. It's
6.5 on Hard Rock.
I don't know about full
That's weird.
game.
That's a weird spot.
Right. Like I don't like that spread. I'm I'm with Don on that first half. I like that, but full game, I've been getting burned too much, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
That's
that
just
might
way
be a
too high.
bluff play for me just to say I bet it. I need to go back to using action so I can just track it instead of saying I bet it. Yeah, nothing else for that one. Another game I can't bet. Hofstra. Campbell versus Hofstra. It's pick 'em right now.
They
Best
fucked me
value
the
I
other
see.
night, dude. They
is-
Oh,
fucked me.
Campbell.
No, Hofstra fucked me. I had Elon.
Oh,
And they beat Elon outright.
Yeah,
They got Campbell favored as a slight underdog, as a 1 point underdog. And I'm seeing
Really?
I'm seeing total sitting at 129. I got projections sitting at 121 for this game. Is there anything you guys are looking at, or you guys want to pass on this one, go to the next one?
I mean, if it's Campbell's getting that, I have Hofstra at -3.5 in my fucking thing, so I'm taking Hofstra.
Keep me away.
Campbell just came off a big win too, like early this week too, right? Let me pull that up.
Yes. Let me check.
Yes.
They beat William and Mary by 40 in their last
Yeah.
game.
So honestly, Don, you're on the right
and
side.
they
of that
beat
one.
Hofstra at Hofstra on the last game.
You
In
beat.
overtime.
Yeah, you beat William and Mary, Bill and Mary by 40 points. Like you let down spot, man. Like I think Hofstra's the right side on this one.
Yeah. Moving on, we got Creighton Nova. Spreads at 2.
Keep me
I
away.
got it. I have it Nova -1. Obviously, we've seen this whole conference get flipped upside down on road games.
Yeah.
Especially a team like Creighton being an underdog, where they're at compared to Nova this year. Where are you guys sitting on this one?
Go ahead, Don.
No. You go first. Because I
Okay.
have, I have my own thing. Good.
So I like Villanova at home. The problem is, do I believe in Cal Neptune being able to coach them in such a close game? Like I talk about Villanova with a coworker of mine who's from Philly, and we always bring it up about Cal Neptune, man. Like I want to believe in this guy, right? I want to, but I just can't. I can't. I just can't. I think Creighton's the right side in this game. I think they win outright. I think he'll get out coached at the end, down the stretch.
I'm not touching this game, but I can tell you right now, I would never, ever put my money on a stupid idiot like Kyle Neptune. The fact that he still has a job is wild to me. He has to be probably one of the worst Division I coaches for a Power 5 school in a long time, and that's saying something compared to what Louisville had last year.
Holy crap.
So, like, it's just I'll never forget it. They were playing. I think it might have been UConn. They were playing UConn, right? And what happened was, UConn missed both free throws, and he's bringing the ball up, and instead of just like running the time, he's like, "Oh, timeout!" He's like freaking out. It's like, dude, nobody's near him, and he's gonna get fouled. Relax. Bad coaching. Can't bet on bad coaches.
Right.
Especially in close games.
Especially
Especially in the Big East.
So for this one, Gotham definitely looking at Creighton. I haven't bet this one, but like I said, close game for Villanova. I know they're at home, but Cal Neptune, man, you got to pick your spots with Cal Neptune, and I don't know if this is a spot you got to back Cal Neptune in.
No, definitely not.
Keep me away from this game.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch it. I don't want to bet
watch
it.
Yeah. Stay away.
And so going through the rest of the 1 p.m. slate, I mean, we got App State is one we can circle back to, but I'm curious what you guys think on this one. I have it at -15. It spreads at 11. Arizona versus Arizona State. Arizona's favored by 6. I have it at 4. Where are you guys looking at for this one?
Wasn't I told?
My only worry is that Arizona State has such few bodies. Like I had them the other night. They were playing Colorado, and watching that team play the way that they were playing with 6 healthy-ish guys that were playing and like 6 guys in the rotation, it's a lot. Like BJ Freeman might not play, Jaden Queens might not play. Like they have guys that might not play, and I think that's why the number is where it is. I think Arizona's just going to outclass them. And, they've won 3 in a row. They were on the right side Monday night after the Caleb Love buzzer beater to send them to overtime. They won the game by 11. In this spot, I think I would take the Arizona. I know that it looks high, but I'm telling you, I've watched Arizona State, and with the limited options that they have, they're going to get tied. Arizona's going to outclass them.
Arizona's what, 3-6 in conference. Arizona is 8-1. Kind of what Don said. The thing about it is, it's a rival game. In rival games, that's what makes it a little bit. There's an extra wrinkle to that, and that's when you're getting 6.5. I'm staying away from this game. I will stay away from this game, but Arizona should win this game. 6.5. I don't know. Hurley might pull some magic out of his ass.
Let's put it this way: Arizona State has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that average about 10 points a game. Maybe 3 of them are going to be playing. So, like, you got to take that into account as well.
Right.
You know,
I mean, Caleb. How do you feel about Caleb? Have you feel like he's been playing better as of late?
Dude, he's playing like a 5th-year senior. Like, it's just like a North Carolina fan, dude. I've literally gone through the ups and downs with him, man.
I forgot he was in college still. Like, and some
Yep.
I think that's the good thing with me being in here as the college basketball casual of the 4 of us. I don't know where Bet stands. I don't want to call him a casual and then him unmute himself and yell at me.
Casual's good.
But like,
More of a March Madness guy.
there we go. I would be like, I
Championship
thought
team.
like me and Cheese were talking about a dude today that I recruited to a camp back in 2017, and I was like, oh wait, he's still on a fucking team. He's still playing Caliph Battle or Khalif Battle.
Those
Is it
COVID
'cause of
years,
COVID
bro.
years?
Those COVID years,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
We're about to be done with that, but now
Dude,
with that whole new
yeah,
rule
it's
with the
back to,
junior
like,
college
pure-
stuff might change some things, but we shouldn't be seeing like 26-year-old 5th-year students.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
Yeah,
pretty
we
funny,
should be-
honestly.
I'm not as sad about Vucevic anymore. For y'all ready for the greatest plus EV parlay of all time?
Dropping on
Vucevic
us.
2 plus 3s plus 125. Eric Gordon 3 plus 3s plus 150. Porzingis 6 plus first quarter points minus 105. With a boost, it was a fair value was supposed to be on this play plus 375. I got it with a boost at plus 1,000. And that's
Get your girl something nice, man. Valentine's Day, man. Next month.
I'm gonna get you something with this $7 I just made.
I was like, weeks.
I do.
No,
She
you-
just bought me. She just bought
No,
me
you
MLB
getting
the
the-
show. I gotta get her something.
You're getting a new bet, so relax.
See, I told you when I start thinking about like wanting to die because of my bets, everything comes through.
Is that all I have to do?
He
Is
just
just be
has
sitting there with the
No,
sitting there
see?
with the gun,
No.
waiting for it to go through?
No, see, the thing is, that works for him. Doesn't mean it'll work for you. You gotta find your one
You
thing.
ever
Mine
like
is-
smiling friends
this is-
when they go
this
into
is
the
mine.
when they go into the room
Mine
of
is-
smiling friends with a dude who's got a gun to his head?
Mine is when I'm sitting down watching a game, and like, it's just not going. I'm sitting with my buddies. I'm looking. I'm like, you gotta switch seats to me. They're like, dude, we're sitting at the sportsbook. I was like, you gotta switch seats to me, and it works every time. Works every time.
My buddy says every time a player not from the U.S. starts fucking up his parlay, he just looks up offensive terms in case he needs it from that country.
Oh boy.
I love it.
I gotta work on mine. That's all I learned from this conversation.
No,
I gotta work on
viral.
mine. So
He went viral on Twitter when Aaron Jones got hurt in the London game
Oh,
because he
Jesus.
tweeted Aaron. He tagged Aaron Jones and said, "Pop a perk, you hoe." But getting back on track, the next couple of games I'm showing on the slate here for me are just disgusting. Obviously, EMU I think is on like a no bet list for a lot of people.
we lean in. We lean into EMU now. What's the spread? Give me the spread.
2.
Okay, so
He's like, hear me out.
if I know if you guys watching aren't familiar, that they're one of the schools that are being investigated for point shaving, kind of suspicious betting habits going on. Since they've been called out, they've been covering everything since they've been called out on this.
Straight up.
Two-
I was
Straight
about to
up.
say.
They
Two,
covered 2 of the
You
3
guys
spreads
said?
by 1 point.
they're a better team that are leading on. And because even last year when Temple was getting investigated, all of a sudden Temple's just they were what like the 7th seed in their tournament, end up getting to the championship game or what like a game before that, or they got to the championship game. I can't remember on top of my head. I'm just saying when you see these schools being called out for being investigated, you just got to lean in. We got to collect on this. So yeah, give me EMU. I don't care what the spread is. Could
I'll
be
be-
13, could be 2, could be.
I'll be rooting for you from afar.
Hey man, that's
EMU's plus money.
what I'm saying.
they're
Like you
plus
gotta,
2.5.
you
I'm
gotta.
into it. Your screenshot convinced me. When you sent it, I was dying because it's like investigation.
I'm telling
2
you, bro.
losses in a
Like
row, 3 wins, just
I-
killing teams.
now this Terry Rozier stuff's coming out. And they're like other colleges. I want to know what the colleges are because that's a part of the handicap now.
Action
'Cause-
Bronson wasn't lying in his music when he was like, "I'm rigging everything."
Like I'm telling you, what they need to release who they're investigating because I'm just gonna lean in now because now
so I
everybody's
can
gonna cover.
Venmo them money. I can add to the NIL fund.
I hope
big-
LIU's on that list because
The big
give it
that's
to
a-
me.
that's a
Inject it
big
in my
match.
veins.
That's a big matchup tomorrow. LIU's playing Chicago State at Chicago
Ooh.
State.
At
I will
Chicago
not
State.
be.
Last year, Chicago State was a great home dog to hop on, man. 'cause,
I'm not touching anything with a 10-foot pole.
I mean, it's
Hey.
I stayed away from LIU.
And another
Really?
one, LIU baby.
You know what I mean? We got a guy now. I'm gonna lean into this. I got a guy now. Just let me know when if Rod was drinking the Gatorade before the game. That's all I want to know, man. What kind of speech did he give the boys? How was practice going? Were they locked in? Give me LIU.
The next one I'm looking at is anyone betting this. We got the 2-21 Green Bay Phoenix and the 7-16 Detroit Mercy.
Give me the hospital. Give me Detroit Mercy, man. Detroit Mercy, bro. I love these. Yo, last year was so fun watching this team because they weren't covering shit, and then it rolled around Valentine's Day, 2024,
Because they had to get that. Their player was trying to break the record.
and they had the greatest court storming ever. They had one guy run on court. It was amazing. It was amazing last year. They got an upset win. They got their first win of the season last year in February. One guy just ran on court. Die hard.
I'll never forget.
Oh,
That's my favorite conference because when IUPUI had to put out signs across the campus to be like, "Are you a basketball player? Come try out for the team." And like 7 of the 10 guys were like, "We're just dudes who played rec ball in high school."
They got a bunch of Lifetime Fitness.
Their
ballers,
spreads would
bro.
be like
Nothing wrong with
minus
that.
50. Yeah, I'm seeing where that 1 o'clock window has some great games. It also has some games. I mean, we got Sanford Citadel minus 16. I have that right on the money actually at 16. Everything on that one I have exactly where it's at. So I kind of stayed away from that.
What game what did you just say so casually? Like
Sanford Citadel. I have that one at 11.
That was not what I heard at all. That's not what I heard at all.
I don't even want to know what you heard.
Well, it wasn't that.
Moving a little bit farther down, we got Clemson, NC State. Clemson favored by 5.5. Where are you guys sitting on this one?
Got nothing on that.
Clemson.
Stay away. That's what I'm doing.
This would be like the first half thing.
Yeah.
This would be a first half bet if I was taking it. Full game, It's like a fat girl at the club. Stay far away. But the first half, I mean, Clemson minus 2.5. I think I might. I think I something I can get behind. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, I'm putting that on TikTok. I'm
It
clipping
depends on how many drinks I've had. But let's let
See,
I don't know if he's drunk enough by 2
what you
o'clock
do-
tomorrow. So
what you do is you gotta cut it up. You gotta cut it up, and you gotta make it what I said, and then just pipe in what Steve just said. We're just going from there, guys.
yeah.
To answer your question, no, I will not
Going
be
home
that
with
drunk
something.
at 1:30 tomorrow.
To quote Denzel.
Now at 4 o'clock, we might have a different story. That's around the. Let's call some things and let's see who's around.
Hey, you
Marvin's room starts playing and you get a little upset.
The creatures come out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon around these pots.
We got moving on to 2 o'clock. We got Wisconsin Northwestern. Wisconsin favored on the road here. 2 o'clock window is really interesting. I got Wisconsin -4. I don't know where you guys are sitting on that. The Big 12 or Big 10 is also one of those conferences. I feel like it's really hard to get wins on the road.
But it's Northwestern.
Yeah, but the thing is, like that's the thing that teams have said in the Big Ten this year. It's just Northwestern. Northwestern's actually pretty good.
Then
They might not make the tournament. They might not make the
home?
tournament.
At home, yeah, I'm with you on that one. With at home,
Yeah, they beat India at home. I think they beat Illinois at home.
They beat DePaul at home.
Yeah.
Hey, DePaul's DePaul, my guy. Be hating on DePaul.
However,
No, I'm not hating on DePaul.
Wisconsin is on a 2-game losing streak as road favorites.
I think that's the biggest tell of it. And with it being so low, and with them losing 2 in a row, the way that they have, I think I like the Badgers, and I think the Badgers. The more and more we talk about, the more and more I think I'm going to take the Badgers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Indiana just took the lead with 25 seconds left. They're up by 1.
They were what? The line was at 12.5.
12.5 of the game, yeah.
Hey, in Indiana,
that was such a weird line. I'm so glad I didn't bet today, man. Because I would have been arguing with myself, going, you know what, man? Purdue is such a monster at home, but 12 points in a rival game.
This looks.
You weren't drunk enough for the fat girl.
Nah. You know what? Nah, man.
He was buying into it. No,
I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
You still got another show to record after this.
Yep. Oh, the bets roll after that one, bro. Dude, that's when that's why Saturdays are my best days.
He's just sitting there like, I miss Don, man. Start placing bets.
Yo, all he's got to do is be like, "Yo, I need you on the show with me. Let's get this going." And then we spend 45 minutes talking about who we calling late at night, and then we're golden, baby. Let's go.
Fire up! We cover about 75 shows, man. It's or 75 games. It is,
bro.
Rough.
If you
1:30 a.m. I'm like, yo, man, just I don't care, man. I don't care what the spread is. Just give me the home team.
If you need a third mouth, buddy, all you have to do is ask. I would gladly do it for you. Because my thing is, like, I'll sit there and I'll shoot the shit. But if I'm ready, I'll be like, come on,
fire out. Let's go. Yeah, we roll, but yeah, we know. Well, Gotham's trying to tell me about the Money Line Network, so definitely, Don. We'll be in touch when. Let's go forward.
They didn't. Oh, that's a bad one.
And
Purdue.
Moving on to some Big 12 here. We got Kansas State, Iowa State. Iowa State -15 right now. I have it right on the money at -15. The big one I'm looking at there is the totals at 145. I have it sitting at 148. Any value in the over there, or is this another stay away?
I'm betting Iowa State
Overs to stay. Overs to stay away. 100%.
at
Take
Hilton.
Kansas State first half.
I don't.
You think so?
I don't.
I'm looking at Hard Rock. It's plus 9.5. I think they
Ooh.
can keep it. I think they can keep it under 10. With it being, if we're sitting at like 6.5,
Yeah, that's
Different
big,
story.
that's a big first half number.
but 9.5, that's a big first half number. You think they're
Yeah.
gonna beat Kansas State by double digits in the first half? Maybe for the game, not first half.
I think I think game wise they'll win by 20 because it's at Hilton, and I hate Iowa State, so they do that kind of stuff.
Which would make so much more for
Yo,
you
you
to
give
just.
expand
here's the
on this
thing.
Midwest hate. I'm trying to
No, but
get.
it-
Let me.
no,
I
He's
mean, I'm
from
listen.
Iowa.
I'm
Oh,
Iowa.
okay.
I'm wearing
Okay.
I'm wearing
listen.
Hawkeyes. I hate
Okay.
Iowa
All right.
State.
All right.
Listen.
All right.
There's nothing better than cashing a first half where they don't cover the spread. You make money, and then you sit back and you get ready for Iowa basketball later.
Yeah, I won't be doing that either.
I'm looking at pace. I'm trying to look at pace here. So Iowa State is the faster paced team. Yeah, you know what? That first half, definitely. First half, Kansas State, full game. Full game Iowa
Strength and
State.
tempo. Oof.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, I like that spot actually. I'm gonna be looking into that
First
because
half.
if I can cash a bet against Iowa State, that just makes me feel.
I'm
better.
saying to make your Saturday a little bit better. Just the first half. You don't need a full game. Just the first
Oh,
half.
I'm not betting first half. I mean,
Betting
I'm not betting full game against Iowa State.
I'll take first half. That's all I need.
So the 2 o'clock slate is like absolutely loaded with games. Obviously
Like
the big
LIU?
one's gonna be hang on, god damn it, I gotta change it now.
Sharks.
What's the spread on that one, man? 3.5?
I got 2.
You got
I'm-
2?
I'm staying away.
So obviously the big game's gonna be Auburn on the road at Ole Miss. Are we? I'm honestly, I want to take Auburn just on the money line as a parlay piece myself. I'm seeing a lot of projections showing them at -7. Is that anywhere near what you guys are seeing?
I have them up to -7. Yeah, but they gotta lose sometime, right?
Yeah.
I kept them exactly at
Yeah.
6.
I feel like it's like that luck ranking in football. Like they're just getting so many close games that eventually that domino is going to fall.
Yeah.
Well, Ole Miss
Chris Beard is the coach that could catch Auburn. He is that guy.
Yeah, but also too, I mean, in their last, and they're 4-6 against the spread. But when you look at like the spreads they haven't covered like a 5.5 against Georgia. They haven't covered a 6.5 against Tennessee. Like they've covered a 7.5. They've covered a 12 in the last 4. Like it's one of those like weird like. But also too like they get their next 3. They get Oklahoma, which they should kill. Florida at home, which will be a good one, and then they got to go to Vandy, which will be tough for them. So I kind of like Ole Miss here. I mean,
I'm with
like
you
you
on
said,
that one.
Chris Beard would be the type of coach that could get one over on him. I think I would take that, and then if I was to take an over/under, I think I would lean under. But I think I'll take Ole Miss in the points for sure.
So Chris Beard this week, I mean, they played Texas. You know, I'm a Texas guy, so seeing our old coach, unfortunately, left us with crazy reasons, and Texas ended up covering that game. I think Texas probably had that circled more than Chris Beard because Chris Beard had this game on deck. I think he'll get the boys up. I like Ole Miss in this spot.
I love that you guys are saying this because this was another one of those games I'm on. Ole Miss +6. I got.
It's. I just feel like it's one of those spots where Chris Beard can catch them in, and Ole Miss has been playing better as the season's been going on.
Yeah.
Earlier, if this was earlier, I probably would be on Auburn, but right now, I like the way Ole Miss is playing, especially at home, man.
interconference home game too. I feel like that's always a tougher environment, tough for the
Right.
road team.
Agreed.
Might be another first half.
Yeah.
Your
So
card's
I
just gonna
know-
be all first.
I know Cheese has got to leave in a couple minutes before we go, and we still got a lot to go through. We'll definitely go through everything for the end. You guys want to go ahead and say your play of the day for the parlay?
Yeah, we can get
Wake fucking Forest.
that. Oh,
Money line. Fuck the points.
Cheese.
Between two. Between BYU and Duke.
Ooh, I would take BYU.
Because Duke's playing North Carolina. Do you want to bet that? I'll go BYU money line. Yeah.
Let's go.
Steve?
Oh, you don't like UCF, man?
It's
It's
not
argue about that one.
CF. I just like that spot for BYU.
Yeah, it's a good BYU spot. I mean, if they were to lose, I wouldn't be surprised, but that's especially with them beating Baylor the way that they did, I think that's a good it's a good road test for them for sure.
Yeah.
For me, you know what? Give me Ole Miss plus 6.5.
All right, I'm between two. St. Mary's.
It don't
plus
have to be
1.
college if you want. You could do NBA also.
We're going college. I was playing in college. St. Mary's plus 1, Washington State plus 4.5. They both felt a little square. But what do you think?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary just seems like why I don't even understand why they're why they're dogs right now. I bet on them against Gonzaga last year in the conference finals.
Yeah,
I have them winning the WCC, man.
Yeah, same.
St. Mary's?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, oh, that's why it feels so square. It's like we can get them at plus money line too.
It's not. Believe me, I don't think it's square because I think majority of the crowd will be on Gonzaga just because of brand name.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, don't call your play square, man. I think
I like that.
more people are going to be on.
All right, let's do it. St. Mary's money line, boys.
I'm definitely hammering St. Mary's now.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
I got one.
What do you got for us?
I want to see where the public's at on this one first.
LIU?
I say it.
You
I can't bet it.
Oh shit! Then let me change my.
So no New York
What
teams.
game? What
Yeah.
game? What game?
I'm thinking Texas money line. LSU has not been great.
I like that.
They've just got they just seem to be imploding. Like every game, it just slowly gets worse.
They burned me on that home game.
Obviously, Texas. Yeah, I told you not to bet that. I was stressing it the other way, so you're good. Obviously, a road loss to your former coach is a definite wake the fuck up.
Yeah,
and kind of something where y'all know me. I'm a casual. I don't even know who the fuck is coaching Texas.
Rodney Terry. He's on the hot seat, man. Rodney needs to get.
That's what I'm saying. He lost to his predecessor.
I'm gonna be honest. He shouldn't have a job after this year.
That's what I'm saying. He's on the hot seat.
I'm not mad at you saying that.
This is the game where even if you're on the road, obviously road games in the SEC are tough. We've seen that where we're seeing some of these teams as road dogs. This just seems like an obvious, you got to win this game. If anything but for your season. Because if you're going to end up losing this one, I think it could hurt you in the long run, in my opinion.
Absolutely. 100%.
Because it's not only, how did you lose to your former assistant, but you're sitting 3-5 in conference right now. You're playing the worst team in conference, 1-6 at home. I don't think they've won outside of Arkansas. Their last home win was Mountain Valley State University, where they won 110-45. They have not played. The only game that they have played that was a legitimate team at home this year was Florida State, and they won by 10. Other than that, they have not played anyone at home, and you can see it as they've been getting crushed at home. Even though the scores don't show it, they just have not looked good. I'll take Texas on the money line here.
Yeah, if LSU couldn't get up for that the Alabama game, I'm yeah. I don't know what else will save them.
What was your play?
They just don't have enough.
St. Mary's money line.
Everyone's a money line, but Steve.
Yeah. Hey, we
We
like.
might have to
points,
change
too.
it. We need it perfect looking.
You want me to pick
no.
a money line?
No. I'm joking.
You know me. I'll give you a money line.
You're gonna say LIU to spite me.
UIC. Give me UIC against Indiana State money line. If you want,
I was looking at that too. I have them projected at -15.
So if you want straight money line, yeah, give me UIC.
Why not?
It's not going to be great because of what their spread is. What 7.5, 6.5.
I mean, listen, we can come up with a better one than that.
The plus, nothing wrong with +6. It's a good. We don't want to overthink the play.
Yeah,
I kind of like the look. We got Texas money line.
Plus,
Ole Miss
not gonna lie,
+6.
isn't it a little bit funnier if that's the play that loses? not to shit on you, Steve, but like,
don't do that, man. Don't do that to me, bro.
No, it will be the BYU because I didn't take Duke, but I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna let you in
Duke,
on a
I
little
kinda
fucking
like
secret.
too.
North Carolina's gonna get up for that game.
They do. They
Yeah.
play Duke tough. I mean,
Cooper
Are they
Flack's
now?
not gonna know what hit him, even though their undersized guards are gonna try and guard him.
I think it's gonna
Shire
be
forgot how to play
watch.
basketball against Wake
I mean,
Forest. What do you think's gonna
Hubie's
happen
coaching
to
for
Duke?
his job too, man. He's
Yeah.
done.
If they don't make the tournament, he's definitely done.
He's
after
out.
this year.
He
Yeah,
is
what a bad-
out.
after such a hot start, right? They made
I think the issue that I have is with this Duke team. If they don't win the national championship, John Shire might be dumber than Kyle Neptune.
They are
His
stacked.
rotations make zero sense half the time. I sit there and watch
Yeah.
Duke.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Well, isn't that the thing with Duke? You don't really have to worry because every one of your players is going to the pros in like 3 weeks after the season anyway.
Yeah. Or that's why you have to worry about Duke because you have to relearn everyone's name next year.
That's how Kentucky used to be, baby.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Carl. I mean Trey. I mean, da.
Why is Drake here? It's like, did we recruit him? Yeah.
That was
So
back when
moving
they,
on.
was popping.
Moving on a little bit farther down. Anything else in the 2:00 window you guys are looking at? Outside of those games, it's a lot of low and mid level.
Utah. I like Utah.
Oh, I guess that's 2:00 window for you. I forgot Midwest.
Oh, sorry, I'm Central.
That's the first one I was going to bring up anyway. So yeah, Utah.
I don't hate
Utah,
Utah.
Oklahoma
but
State.
I don't hate Utah, but Oklahoma State plays good at home, and Utah is a home merchant.
That's fair. I don't disagree.
I think in that
Sticking
window
with it, though.
for 2:00. I think in that 2:00 window for cheese time, I'll take Utah plus 5.5, and I'll take Western Kentucky money line over New Mexico State.
Guys, just so you know, if you have BetMGM and you use your college basketball boost, you can get our parlay at plus 1,800.
Sign me up.
Yeah, current
Trying to put your
odds
kids-
sitting at
Trying to put your kids through
14.75.
college.
I hope they like that $1 to $18 parlay I just placed.
Nuclear whale.
See,
20 units.
70 units.
You don't got faith in the guys if you're putting $1 on that.
No, I'm fucking with you. I put 10.
That's
I
fair.
was gonna say I was gonna be a little upset that we put $1 to make $1 to make.
Listen, don't you know that's 20 units for me? What do you mean? I'm a pro. That's 20 unit whale right there.
No, he put 250 on it. Don't worry.
Oh, my fault.
Listen, man,
No,
y'all don't
you-
understand these whale bets.
I don't.
Whale bets.
Five unit max Whale bets, yeah, buddy. $5. All right.
Listen, man, 20-unit whale. I got Louisville over 10.5 points first half, minus 10,000.
Y'all don't want it.
You'd hit them.
All
right, boys. I got to peace
All right.
out.
Yeah,
Don't get too drunk tonight.
boys.
I won't. Cheers.
All right.
Survive tomorrow.
First halves, baby. Trust
First
the first
half.
half.
Block
First
first
half.
half.
Yeah.
Lot
No
of
fat
first
chicks
half.
at the
Trust
bar
first
tomorrow,
half.
guys.
All right.
See you guys. They ain't ready.
But we got Vandy, Oklahoma.
All right, boys. I got to bounce too, real quick, since we're pausing.
Yeah,
Later.
brother.
Talk to y'all next week. Let's hit
All
that
right.
parlay tomorrow, though.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go,
sir.
baby.
Yes, sir.
There's a
All right.
LIU.
Now we can
mentions
talk about
count at the
LIU.
bottom. There's a,
Yeah, there's
What
been a
is this?
mention at the bottom for a while now.
Yeah, we got. I think it's at like what 12.
So real quick, I've done I've done a madness. We were sitting here. I was like, you know what? I got $5 I can throw on this. I threw together a 14-leg parlay that pays out $39,147. And honestly, it's really not that crazy. Wake Forest money line, Tennessee money line, Creighton money line.
Wait. Start your spiel again. Now I give you the spotlight.
Excuse me. $5 to make both 39 grand. Easy money. Wake Forest money line, Tennessee money line, Creighton money line, Ole Miss plus 6.5, Kansas State plus 16.5. I know we were just talking otherwise, but I put this in before talking to Cheese. Badgers money line in Wisconsin. I'll take Vanderbilt plus 3.5. Give me Kansas over Baylor money line. USC plus 5.5 at home against Michigan State. Over 128.5 Texas Tech Houston. North Carolina plus 13.5. Eat shit, Cheese. UConn plus 7.5. New Mexico plus 4.5, and then St. Mary's money line. And when all those hit, $39K coming in your pocket.
Let's get rich.
That'd be great TikTok content.
Can't wait. Let's get rich, brother.
Nah,
This
I
is
think
way too
I
close to
haven't
my
done
thing.
more than I
Jesus
think
Christ.
half a unit on a college this year, just because I'm trying to make sure I get the shit figured out before I start fucking up on it. Yeah. Only other one I was debating on taking Florida State money line in a parlay, and just find something to build it with.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for, right?
Yeah, put that one in the chat, Don. Because I know I missed some on that one. Cause
Oh no, I'm gonna
I
clip this and
like
put it
that
on
one.
TikTok
I
tonight.
like that one a lot. I missed some of them. I want that shit. I want that shit.
Going through and keep it pushing. Yeah, Vandy, Oklahoma, Michigan, Rutgers are the two big games at 3:30. Are y'all looking at anything in those? We got a couple MAC games, a couple SoCon.
I'm with Don on Vandy plus 3.5 on that one. I like Vandy. Definitely one of the games I'm locking in.
I'm 100% on Vandy. It's gonna be free money. Also,
I feel like we need to talk enough. I feel like people don't talk enough about how Vandy's gym is arguably one of the worst gyms in college basketball.
It looks like
the elevated court with the
it's not
with
even
the benches,
elevated. Like
the benches at the end.
Feet.
The benches
There's
at
like
the end of the court.
feet before the fucking first row of the stands. It looks
Yeah,
like one of
man.
those giant like football fields that they fucking put a mini one on for the U6 soccer team.
You get to look at the guy's shins when you're playing, when you're watching.
Yeah.
So
no,
and
my
also
favorite is it's just the way that you're looking around, and all of a sudden you just see they hit an and one, and you just look underneath, and you're like, where the fuck did this guy come from?
So Vandy 3.5 is where I'm at with that one.
Yeah. What was the other game you said?
Rutgers, Michigan. I got Michigan at -5 right now.
I want
Total's looking at
Rutgers to make the
160.
tournament. I just want Rutgers to make the tournament so bad. That's all I want. I want them to make the tournament, but they're not going to.
Michigan State hasn't dropped a game yet, right?
No.
So this one playing at the rack.
No, but it's Michigan Rutgers. Michigan's playing Rutgers. Michigan State's at USC. I like USC to cover that game.
Oop. I'm talking Michigan State, USC. Jesus.
Michigan State, USC plus 172 might not be a bad shout either because they got to lose. But I do definitely like USC plus the 5.5 at least.
Yeah.
See, I don't know Gotham.
Yeah, you mentioned you know who is going to make the tournament though? LIU.
I'm
going to head Adam right there. Listen,
hit that mention.
Bro,
yep.
Steve, I'll make you a deal. If LIU makes it to the tournament and they win in the first round, I'll go get an LIU shark tattoo. That's how badly I want to see them. I want to see them make it.
I'm locking in LIU tomorrow now, just because you said that.
Time out. I need a 30. I need a 30. 30. So first round, are you talking like the first 4, or are you talking like them?
No, I'm talking round of 64.
Okay.
No, any season auto bid for a 16.
Yep.
So that means they would have to take down like a top 4 school. Rod Strickland's gonna have to strap him up himself.
Who's a 1 seed that kind of stinks? I don't know.
Where's Cheese? We need to get him back on.
Yeah, but no, we'll partake in that. We don't gotta do anything because there's a 99.9% chance that this doesn't happen. But on the 0.1 that it does, like you heard it here first, Gotham's getting an LIU Sharks tattoo, and Fast Breaks and I get to pick where it is.
Oh shit! Don't tell Lee that. He's gonna make you put it on my ass.
Well, let's put it this way. I was thinking of having it go like around like your eye and your face, make it look like sharks eating you. But to save your professional career, I won't do that.
Yeah, you're
my
getting married soon, so yeah, I can't do that to you, man. I don't want to do that to your pictures, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys come to the wedding and be like, so Daniel made a deal with us? We're gonna do this live here in front of you guys.
I brought my own tattoo artist.
Ticket show here live at Gotham Gambling's wedding. We're gonna we brought our own tattoo artist.
Yeah. No, it's just gonna be one of y'all doing it.
Fucking me and Steve like looking like an etching sketch, trying to like get it like in the right angle.
But moving on from deforming my body for content.
Hey, at least it's your body, not them damn fat girls we're trying to find later on. Poor Steve.
Kansas Baylor.
Whiskey
Kansas
strong.
Baylor sitting at a pick 'em at 4. At 4 o'clock window. Kansas has just been disappointing to me this year. As Baylor's been kind of up and down for me. I have Kansas like by a point. I don't know where you guys are sitting with this one.
I got Kansas money line. I think the big thing is for both sides, when you look, like if DeJuan Harris doesn't play for Kansas, that's big time trouble for them. But Jeremy Roach might not play for Baylor with a concussion. Langston Love has got an ankle injury. Both game time decisions. Like there's a lot of things that can play into this thing. But even if both teams are fully healthy, I like Kansas in the matchup. I just think they match up well with Baylor. Baylor at home is very good. Don't get me wrong. But I will take the Jayhawks. As the Jayhawks whisperer on this show, I'm all in on Kansas.
Who did Bill Self bench recently?
It was
I can't. His name escapes me.
It was KJ Adams.
So honestly, the way like Hunter Dickerson's been playing, man, I would love to see Bill Self kind of bent. I get it. They paid him a lot of money to come back and play, but for some reason, these young guys, when he plays them on the court, they play hard. And then when he goes to these other guys who are the older guys,
Yeah.
they're just not clean, man. It's disappointing watching, and I don't know if I'm on the fence on that game, man, because I think Kansas should win that game, in my opinion. They should win that game.
They're not sure that they will win that game. Rylan Griffin's going to have a legacy game tomorrow. AJ Storr is going to come back to reality. It's going to get done tomorrow. It's going to get done. VJ Edgecombe is going to have his big game, showing why he's the lottery pick, yada, yada, yada. But Kansas, all around, is a better team, and Bill Self will outcoach Scott Drew in this matchup. People, oh, yeah, Scott Drew's got a national title. Yeah, I remember it. I remember it very well. If it wasn't for Jared Butler and Davion Mitchell, he would not have that.
Right. He has some dogs, man. That was the difference. They just had some dogs that year.
Yeah. And we got a lot of, at least ACC wise, we got a lot of rivalry. We'll get to the Duke UNC. If I'd forgotten about that, I was gonna let you and Cheese argue about that, but I think he was already tipsy. So Virginia Tech, one of the uglier rivalries in the ACC this week.
Yeah, I'll take this one, man. Being a Virginia guy and having little connections with UVA.
Oh, see, I thought you were about to say a Virginia fan. I was about to throw up in my mouth for you.
Oh no, man. Oh gosh, I'd rather go watch some like 8-year-olds travel. Can't make like.
You'd rather watch the FGL, the Fat Girls League.
Give it to me. Yes, pick and rolls all day. But
looking like that girl from Iowa State.
She got some footwork. I know exactly who you're talking about. She got some footwork though.
She makes it to the league. It's like WNBA Instagram is gonna go crazy.
WNBA needs her to be in the league because we just need shit shows in WNBA.
No,
but that's a whole other argument.
needs 3 C's thick. That's what they need. They need one of those.
I think UVA wins this game. Virginia Tech is they're both bad teams. Don't get me wrong. Like both these are bad teams, but UVA is going to slow the game down. They're going to play that boring ass basketball that they always play on brand. And I know it's a rival game, but give me UVA, man. That was on the road too for UVA, right? It's in Blacksburg.
No, it's at John Paul Jones.
Oh, it's in. Oh shit! Yeah, definitely UVA. Give me UVA.
Again, I'm staying as far away from that game as possible.
Yeah. We got obviously the game we're all tuning into. Idaho State. No, I'm kidding.
I can't wait.
Brother,
get my ESPN Plus bumping.
Got the quintuple box going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we already talked about Michigan State, USC. I'm looking through.
Trojans.
It's always, no matter what, it's a Trojan or a Spartan. So let's see what other games we got. Looking down here.
I mean, Big 12. We got Texas Tech, Houston.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start sorting these by conference because there's so many fucking games to get through. Going through the rest of the ACC slate, we got Stanford, SMU favored by 5. We talked last week about how unpredictable they are. Are we trusting them at home?
No, because Stanford is like a sneaky good cover team.
Yeah, Stanford's been stepping up recently. They've been playing better in their conference games. So I like Stanford in this spot.
Stanford 12-9 against the spread. Sneaky.
– And obviously, this is the game everyone's going to be watching. Duke UNC. Hold your nose. Duke favored by 13. Projections have them at 15. I already know which side you're on, Steve. So we'll go to you on this one. Where are we looking at?
Duke's at home playing at Cameron. 13.5. They just had a close game with Wake Forest earlier. Hubie's back's against the wall, man. When you got coaches with their backs against the wall and they need to get a win, this might be a spot. What Don was talking about earlier about first half. Maybe UNC comes out, impresses in that first half, shuts down Cooper. Because what happens is, I've noticed with Duke is that it turns into Cooper flag ISO ball down the stretch. So there's a good chance that UNC just plays better team ball and gets over and maybe even wins this game, covers the 13, but
That first half is plus 7.5 for UNC.
Give me UNC first half. I'm on the fence about Duke full game because
they don't cover these big numbers. They don't cover these big numbers.
Like a rival game, like I said, down the stretch, it turns into Cooper flag, ISO ball. Now, if he's hitting his shots, like, write it off. But this is his first matchup against UNC, so he gets a taste of that. Where are they sitting in conference? Are they dropped one game in conference or no?
Duke?
Yeah.
Duke.
Side note, DeJounte Murray out for the year.
Yeah,
shit.
not bad.
Torn Achilles.
Yeah. That I saw the video, it wasn't great. Duke has not lost a conference. They've won 14 straight games.
Yeah, this is a perfect setup for UNC to catch them, cover. There's
maybe even win.
Yeah, maybe even win. Just because, I mean, RJ Davis, bro, like, you got to do something, man. Like, you've been underperforming all this year, and give me UNC to cover.
And
I
taking
just
neither as a Wake Forest fan. I'm not allowed to bet those.
That's fine. That's
Smart.
fair.
You know what? My rule is I never bet a UNC Duke game because as someone who grew up in North Carolina, I've seen families separate because of this rivalry. So I just want to sit and enjoy a good basketball game. That's for me.
You should get one. You should get one. You should get one. It's just, luckily Coach K is not on the other side because it would make this handicap a little bit easier. But yeah, I think UNC catches them. Hubie's coaching for his job. He gets a dub against. I'm sorry, Don. I mean, I know like Hubie needs to go. So I don't know if this saves his job, even if he gets this win, because I don't think he just has the chops. Everyone says he's a great guy, but just not the coach for UNC, man. Like, he just can't do it.
Put it this way, they beat Duke both times last year. In the last since 21, UNC won the season series. Duke swept. UNC swept. And the only reason that UNC won the season series in 2022 is because they met in the Final Four, and they sent Coach K bye-bye to retirement.
Right.
So, I mean, and when you think about that, right, when you look at all these games, Duke was I think an 11.5 point dog. No, they were an 11.5 point favorite at home against UNC, and UNC beat them outright by 13 a couple years back. So that's kind of where my right.
Same recipe, man. Same recipe. Yeah. I mean, like I said, UNC has the older, better veteran player in RJ Davis. He knows what this game means. I'm not knocking Cooper Flag, but you know what? Duke has that one annoying dude. Excuse my language. The one white dude that's annoying as shit.
With baby.
Yep, and like I said, I'm not, like I said, I have no problem with amazing white basketball players, but
I better not, because LAU's coming for you.
but damn, he's annoying. I as soon as I saw him and he was just dropping threes, I was like, fuck, there he is. There's that guy. There's that guy on Duke that everyone in the whole country as a collective is gonna hate on. And he's gonna hit them threes. So give me UNC. I know you Gotham and you're avoiding this game, but give me UNC. I think they
Suck
cover.
it, cheese.
I think they cover. Oh,
I want
Cheese
to
is the
make
big Duke guy.
I want to make that the outro. Like it finishes, the video goes quiet, and it's just him going, "Suck it, cheese."
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I didn't know Cheese was a Duke guy.
Oh yeah. He's a
Sorry,
coward.
Cheese, but yeah, give me UNC in the spot. Hubie pulls something out of his ass. UNC wins 7 points. Cooper Flag tries to save it near the end. Just not this year, buddy. Go
Not
enjoy
this
the
year.
NBA next year.
Yep. Go enjoy playing on any bad team that this league has to offer you.
It's gonna be a Pelican next year.
Oh, there's rumblings that if the Atlanta Hawks decide that they're just not going to be good at basketball, their first round pick is unprotected and going to the San Antonio Spurs. So a trio of Wemby, Cooper Flag, and De'Aaron Fox would be must-watch television.
Yeah, but they got to get ahead of
Pop is back.
New Orleans, Utah, like everything.
One more rodeo
you just
for
need
Pop,
the
and then
draft
he
lottery,
runs out.
baby. What do you mean? You just need the
Yeah,
great
they rigged
draft
it for
lottery.
Zion. They rigged it for Ewing. They'll probably rig it for Cup.
They definitely rigged it for San Antonio.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They'll
Wemby.
rig it for it.
I mean, let's put it this way. And I hate that, like, I have to bring this up, but people are wondering what's wrong with the NBA product. What's wrong is that they invested all of their, like, hard-earned money on a guy who is fat and addicted to porn. Like, that's the issue. They threw all their money in on Zion Williamson, and it unfortunately hasn't worked. And this is what happened. Now what you can do is you can throw the money in a Luka Doncic or a Cooper Flag or someone that's going to give you and help bring the ratings back. But in order for Zion to be healthy and to play back-to-backs, he needs to play not in a New Orleans Pelicans uniform. So he needs to move. If Zion gets moved, where is the spot that you see him playing and striving for the rest of his professional basketball career?
Lakers. He's proved he can play his style of play with a big around the basket. He's proved he could play when it's a 4 out and he's the one in. He's proved he could play point guard if needed to. We saw that last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think New Orleans is cursed. I get that joke now more with Dyson Daniels having his first healthy year of his career the minute he got traded. And then DeJounte Murray getting hurt 3 times already for extended period of time.
Just do yourself a favor. Take the franchise, bring it back to Seattle.
I think so. My take is this, and this is, in my opinion, this is one of the most effective forms of basketball today with the way the NBA plays, and no one does it anymore. The Bucks mastered it when they won their championship, and everyone has stopped. You get your one big man that can if you have a big man that can handle the ball and is over physicaling everyone, give him the ball, let him drive, and put 4 defenders that can shoot the shit out of the ball around him. Look at that Bucks championship team. Think about every guy in that starting lineup was a defensive-minded shooter. And you could just give Giannis the ball, let him drive, and then say, okay, if you're going to double or triple team me, someone's open on the 3-point line. They could do that in New Orleans theoretically. But, I knew their season was fucked the minute they said they were going to start Herb Jones at the 5 at 6'5". Yeah, he can guard bigs, but you're going to put him down there for 30 minutes a game? He's going to get eaten up by Valanciunas. No. And then everyone starts getting hurt. I think the thing is you had to give Zion that extension because of the upside, but no one's going to trade for that contract with his injury history. And I think everyone saw the Warriors got lucky with Steph finally getting over his ankle injuries on a low contract, and they're willing to pay up the money now in case that's the same situation, and it's going to keep hurting him.
Mhm.
So I think I would like to see him with a point guard that's really good at throwing a lob, but also a team that is defensive and can stay consistently healthy.
Well, to
So
kind of
you're not gonna like what I have to offer.
Who you got?
I know a point guard that can throw him a lob, but
The Hawks?
no,
Saying Charlotte?
I'm saying Charlotte, the Carolina boy, going home.
I don't mind that. I really don't. I don't think it would work out because that would be like, I feel like after 2 years they'd be like where the Miami Heat is now. No draft picks, no salary, no nothing. Yeah, I mean that's just going from one cursed franchise to another. In reality,
That's true.
they kind of echo Don though, as far as like putting their money into to players that just doesn't work. That doesn't work out. I mean, they think about last year and then who the stars they highlighted, and it was always LeBron. It was always these older players that are on their way out.
Mhm.
So the casual fan doesn't know who to watch because they're getting force fed Steph, LeBron, KD, who are on the other side of where we put our superstars at. So, and I had an argument with the buddy of mine last year about Jason Tatum, about how he wasn't a superstar. No, hear me out, Don. Hear me out, Don, because it's not even hate, because it's he just does what his team needs him to do. And that's not sexy for the NBA to use. Like, the guy just does what his team needs him to do. And they don't know how to market that, which that's on them for the failure on that. But there's plenty of younger guys. Jason Tatum could be a guy they build up. And then unfortunately, when going to the Olympics, and they kind of, Steve Kerr was like, "Oh well, I just don't know how to use them," and it was just multiple factors that kind of affected how the NBA approaches their superstar like attention and who they're going to focus on. Because you have the Lucas, right? You have Jokic. Okay, those guys are foreign, right? We need the American superstars. Well, you have a guy in Minnesota you can start highlighting more. You have certain players you can start highlighting more and start building up their profile, but they don't. They're lazy. They're lazy
The
right
issue,
now.
the issue with the guy in Minnesota is that the franchise stinks because Karl Anthony Towns is one of the better draft picks that they've had since like Kevin Love, and they shipped him away for Julius Randle, who has worked to a certain degree, but they're not the same team this year that they were last year. And they were starting to get the chemistry finally, and they were just like, you know what, we're going to trade Karl Anthony Towns. We don't need him.
Right.
So, but like they have him, they have like Cade's a guy that's getting the recognition this year, first time All Star. Right. He's definitely a guy to watch out for the future. Cooper Flagg's going to be the next big thing for them, for American basketball. Like, he's going to be the go-to guy for them down the stretch moving forward here. And then
if LaMelo wasn't injured,
I wouldn't even say him.
My
I would bring
take,
up
my
I'd bring
take
up
with
even
Cade.
Paulo.
I think he just was hurt too much to justify that. I think you're stuck in a position where they were at. It was, in my opinion, I feel like that last spot was between Garland, LaMelo, and Trey. And when you look at it, yeah, they have better stats. Yeah, everyone's going to be like, why are they not in here? But for me, the big difference is this. Trey pretty much ran out every teammate he had, except for teammates who are fine just letting him do kind of what he wants. LaMelo only works well when he's playing with players who just kind of let him do what he wants. Yeah, there's a difference between running the offense and, playing like you're still in high school and you're the only Division I player on your team. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where LaMelo has kind of found the balance, but I don't think Trae Young has as much, where it's not just let me get my assists, let me get my points. I like Garland over both of them this year just because of the fact that he, like, when Mitchell had to sit certain games, he stepped up. He knew when he needed to step up. He knew when he needed to take a back seat, and his numbers always looked consistently the same. Like, you look at, like, Trae, it's one night he's 2 for 14 from 3, and he's got 6 assists and 9 turnovers. And then the next night he's got 35 points on 10 shots. And people say, the offensive efficiency is different because of who he plays with. Well, Trae played with great players. He just ran them out. And even in those games when Trae was shooting like that, DeAndre Hunter would go off. Kongu was playing great. He has great players with him, but his game is just going up and down.
Yeah, and obviously, like, I didn't mean to, like, get us off track here, but, like, that.
Oh,
that
no,
was
I was
just...
glad we had it. I've been holding this in for a month because everyone else on this network doesn't know basketball.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're not wrong, Don. It's a heavy conversation. It's a whole other thing where the NBA is sitting where they're at right now. But
Unfortunately, they should have looked and go, maybe we shouldn't put him in a spot where he can get gumbo for free anywhere he goes, and then maybe a girl like Mariah Mills trying to ruin his career.
Right. Them beignets though, man.
But so let's round out the rest of the big slate. We got the only game we haven't covered in the Big 12 yet is Texas Tech Houston. Houston's favored by 11. I have them covering. Where are you guys sitting?
I have this being a lot closer than that. I think the over is 100% the play here in this game. I think both teams can score the basketball. I know Houston, like, people like to bring up the fact that they only let Utah score in the 40s. That's not what's going to happen here. Texas Tech is a good quality team. They're going to get at least in the 60s. I think this over, with how low it is, I think is ridiculous. I'll gladly hammer it.
Houston at home. I think this game is going to be closer than, 10 points?
11.
I think it'll be closer than 11. I'm on the fence on Texas Tech. I think they might pull out an 8-point loss. Houston win by 8, but it just seems like one of those. It's going to be a rock fight. That's why I'm looking at this for covering for Texas Tech.
Might be a first half.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it's where they just come out strong in the first half, and then Texas Tech gets yelled at halftime and comes out strong. That's all for the Big 12 that we hadn't covered. We got one game we have not touched yet in the Big East. It's the only Big East game that's not at noon today. UConn Marquette on Fox. Marquette -7 is where I have them at. I don't even know where the spread is. I haven't even looked at this game yet.
I think it's around. Last I saw, it was like 5.5, 6.5.
Yeah, I have it at 6.5 right now. The way UConn has been playing, is there any reason to trust them here on the road versus Marquette?
I think the only potential reason is if Liam McNeely plays tomorrow. He's a game time decision. He hasn't played in about a month, which has definitely been a big reason why UConn has struggled a little bit here. I mean, I have them covering 7.5. I think. I just think Marquette is due for not like a letdown, but like they're due for like a bad performance. They haven't really had one as of late. They've played really well. Obviously, they played Seton Hall, Villanova, and Butler in their last 3, and they've won each by 9 or more points. They went to DePaul and Baylor squeaked one out against them. I think Connecticut also with them having St. John's on Tuesday at St. John's, this is like a classic look ahead because of the fact of how well the Johnnies have been playing. I think I like UConn to cover. Just like a sneaky, just Marquette wins the game. It goes back and forth. It's like a 2-point game with like 30 seconds left, and then Marquette like just hits their foul shots, and then boom, UConn covers.
I think I'm gonna go against you. I'm not. I don't think I'm taking anything on this game yet. I want to see where the line moves as the public kind of gets more into it tomorrow morning. But
Yeah.
I don't really know like what to think of UConn this year. It just feels like it's just Dan Hurley being like, I'm the best coach in the world. We'll figure it out. Like at this
he's
point,
not going to get calls down the stretch, man.
Yeah,
he's burning those bridges.
Yeah, and I don't think it's like obviously they're a playoff team. They're always a tournament team. It would be an astronomical downfall for them to not make the tournament after back-to-back titles. But like where I'm looking at them, where they started the season to where they're at now, home losses, big. They're playing for their positioning. I think for the rest of the regular season.
Yeah,
I think they have if you look at the rest of their schedule, I'm trying to pull it up real fast. Like you look at the rest of their schedule, they got to play Creighton on the road still. They got to play St. John's on the road still. And then they have to play Providence on the road before having Marquette at home. I mean, they still have a couple games that, a road win against a Marquette, against a Creighton is a major thing to where they could say, we had an up and down season, but we took these two teams out at the road where it is really hard to win on the road. So I think if anything, if they win this game, I'm going ahead and taking St. John's on the spread as soon as the line comes up, because that's going to be the letdown spot of the year for them. But I think this could also just be it might be a UConn first half, and then they just fall apart. Like they're going to start out strong and then just kind of try to coast.
I think there's a chance that they can be up at the end of the first half, and then like I said, it's one of those. It's like a balance beam. Like one way is this way, the other one's this way, and they're just kind of going back and forth. And then like Marquette down the stretch just hits free throws. UConn struggles to get it done at the end. But I mean, with the way that Marquette's looked, I mean, at home against the spread, they're 6-5-1 as a home team. I think with a rest advantage, I think is something because they got the extra day compared to them. Marquette is 2-1 against the spread with the rest advantage, but their average covering is minus 3.3, so that's something to look out for. When you look at UConn in the rest disadvantage, it is they're 2-3-1, failing to cover at on average of about 2. So there's a lot of factors here playing in, and I think the more and more I look at it, the more and more I want to see because at the end of the day here, I look at two things. I look at how you play at home, I look at how you play on the road, and I look how you play in conference games. And when you look at the conference so far, Marquette is 4-6 against the spread, and UConn is 2-8, which is honestly the worst in the Big East at covering spreads right now in Big East play. Because of the fact of the matter is, though, they're playing as these big favorites makes me a little wary on it. But I think Connecticut can stay within the number.
Steve?
Yeah, it's a difficult game for me. I think UConn is the side for this one. I think the line it's creeping up. I see it open at 6.5 and 1-7. So maybe McNeely is not gonna be playing, but getting mother effed all week by your coach, Coach Hurley. I think they get up for this game. And Head to head, I think UConn has been kind of dominating this series lately too. So I lean Marquette. I lean UConn. Sorry about that. I lean UConn. It's just I would wait to bet this in the morning or at least closer to tip off, trying to figure out if McNeely is playing or not. And if he's not playing, and if you see anything, if it gets to a 10, definitely bet Marquette. I mean UConn, because Marquette is a double digit favorite. Besides earlier this week when they did cover, past couple of weeks they have covered as double digit favorites against bottom half Big East teams. I still like UConn in the spot if it gets up to 10 or something like that. So, but even 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, I'm still looking at UConn.
All righty. We got one more major conference to go over here. We can just rapid fire these if we want, unless you guys have any strong opinions on it. We got the last 3 games of the SEC night that we haven't covered yet. Georgia at Bama. Alabama, I believe the spread's at 11. If y'all want to double check me on that, but I have them at -12. And I have them scoring about close to 160 today. Where I think I gotta lean Bama here. I think they have to keep up where they're going just to keep up with the rest of the top 5.
And playing in Tuscaloosa, man, it's still a high spread, but I just don't trust Georgia on the road. At home, I would lean towards Georgia, but on the road, give me Bama.
I do. I'm indifferent on this game just because, like, I don't know what Georgia team we're gonna get, so that already throws me for a loop. I wanted to see. I was looking at one number, before I said anything. I'm waiting for my computer to load. It's a little slow. The overs in SEC play for Alabama, they're 5-3, covering at about like a 6.2 average. I think with it being at 157, I don't hate. Like I've seen it as low as 157. I've seen it as high as 161. I would go up into. I'd go up until like the 160, 161 range. I like the over in this game if I was to bet it, but I'm just gonna stay away, I think, personally.
Yeah, I will say this in terms of for the spread. Georgia has played 5 road games this year that were not including neutral. The only one they have won was they beat Georgia Tech. Outside of that, every game except for 3 of those 4 games in conference play, they have lost by 12 or more, including lost by 30 to Florida, lost by 28 to Tennessee at Tennessee. Their only one that they were even close in was a 3-point loss to Arkansas. Alabama this year at home is 9-1. If you take out playing UNC Asheville, like all their pay to win games, if you start when they played Creighton and they won by 8, they have not had, outside of their Creighton win, every one of their wins has been by, except for LSU, has been by like 18 or more. Kent State by 27, South Dakota State by 30 or by 20, Oklahoma by 28, Vandy by 16, and then LSU by 7.
Yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, like, I'm just gonna stay away.
Yeah, it's on my mind. If it drops closer to 10, I think I'll take it. I think they could win by double digits, but I don't know about 11 or 12. And then we got Arkansas, Kentucky, another game with a super high line. We got Kentucky -12. Calipari's return here as they're playing in Lexington. Spreads at 11.5. Where are you guys leaning on the? Are we seeing a revenge game here?
It's such a weird game, man, because Arkansas has been such a letdown this year, and this is and then ironically, this will be the spot where they get up for Coach Calipari and make this a 3, 4, 5 point game down the stretch. Like that's what I think. Looking at this game, am I betting this? I probably will stay away from this game just because I don't trust Arkansas at all, and it's hard for me to get a read on this game.
Yeah, Arkansas, one win on the road. That was Miami, who I think we can all agree has been absolutely horrendous
Oh, they
this
quit.
year.
They're done. They're done playing
Yeah.
basketball this year, man.
They lost to LSU by 4, but then they lost to Mizzou by 18 in their next game, and they lost by 24 to Tennessee. Outside of the Alabama loss, Kentucky has not lost a game at home this year. They beat Florida by 6, which was a huge game, and they beat Texas A&M by 12, and they're about to get a kind of a big stretch of home games upcoming. So I think this is the start of something big for them. This gives me Cooley going back to Providence vibes. Like you left after everything you've done for the program over the last 15, 16 years.
I mean, you sure, man? Because Calipari was gonna give. I think he was gonna get fired. Like he was done.
I think so, but I think there's a difference between if you mutually part ways, or you do kind of like what Tony Bennett did, where it was just like, listen, like we kind of know what's gonna happen, but we're gonna kind of graciously, after where you've put the program over the course of your time here and kept it at, like, but not just like to leave, but to leave for a conference opponent, I think is probably going to stick some people the wrong way. Like if he had left for an ACC school or a Big 10 or a Big 12, I don't think it would have been that much of an issue. Because, they could have played him like second week of the season and been like, oh, Cal's back. Hey, we thank you for all you've done. No, this is fucking war. And he's aware of it, but they don't have the necessary powers to deal with the team he essentially recruited to Kentucky.
Yeah, I gotcha. I lean under in this game. I don't really have a play just because, like, I can't put money on Arkansas just the way that they played all year.
Right. It's just you don't trust them. I can't trust them. If they look better, yeah, absolutely. This has been one of the games I would have definitely been all over, but I don't trust them, man. Like
someone told me you can't bet an Arkansas school if it's in the middle of hunting season. Like once hunting season starts to when it ends is when like you have to fade them as much as possible.
I love it. I'll
keep that in the back of my mind.
Look at their attendance like week 3, week 4 of the college football season versus week 5, week 6 when hunting season started. They couldn't fill out the stadium. And the last one we got here, Texas A&M against the Gamecocks. Texas A&M, I have it at it's -5.5 at plus money. Right now is where the spread's sitting. Going into South Carolina here. South Carolina is 0-8 straight up as an underdog in their last 8 games. Aggies coming off the loss to Texas. Where are we sitting here?
Give me the buzzsaw. You lose a game like you did. That's you got it. Hey man, you got it. That's my nickname for him, man. Call him Buzzsaw. They choked. They choked to get the Longhorns, man. I mean, I love to watch. I loved it. I love the total collapse in this game, especially playing in Austin. But they got to get right. They need this win.
They do. They 100% do need this. My biggest worry is in conference play. Obviously, South Carolina. The thing with South Carolina is they're just scrappy. They'll hang around, and then like all of a sudden, with like 5 minutes left in the second half, they just kind of fall apart. So I'm looking. A&M's 3-3-2 against spread in conference. South Carolina is 4-4.
I have this game predicted at like 5. A little over 5, but
I think I'm gonna stay away. I would lean A&M.
If I'm taking anything, it's if I have a boost and need an extra leg, and I might take the Aggies money line. or first half money line maybe, just to keep up the running gag. But yeah, I think it's another stay away. I think that's it for all the major conferences. Once again, thank you guys all for tuning in. It's probably the longest show we've done, and I'm sure you guys are wanting to. If we, farther we get into season once NFL ends, we could obviously always do these nothing but college hoops breakdowns every week.
Yeah. Right until baseball comes into town.
Oh yeah, and then me and Steve are going to be degenerately looking at stat graphs.
First five.
I saw this thing. It said basketball.
All in on first five.
Yeah, someone said basketball Twitter is baseball Twitter is so different because basketball Twitter is saying a guy sucks because he doesn't have aura, and baseball Twitter is just looking at graphs and saying his F-WAR is not as good as it's supposed to be.
Love it.
God, I can't wait till I see nothing but graphs on my timeline again. But before we head out, we got, like you said, there's like 100-something games. Any mid-major or other high major conferences we didn't touch? You guys have games you want to shout out?
Just New Mexico, baby. Go Lobos.
I'm on the fence of taking Maine on the road against Vermont.
I saw that. I wanted to take it.
Vermont is like they're having this one-off year this year, and I don't trust them as much as I've ever trusted in the past, at least the past 3 years at home. And I feel there's a good chance that Maine could catch them at home. Maybe. I'm still. Well, I got another show to record, so put some more bourbon in me. I might change my mind, but right now,
I can't wait
to the Cocaine Bears.
I can't wait to listen to your podcast tomorrow and just skip over to the Maine Bears versus the Vermont Catamounts and see what you say about it.
We're gonna clip it and be like, "There's the fat girl."
Nothing but the Cocaine Bears, man.
All righty, but that will do it for us here on the Golden Ticket Show on the For Frequency's Sake Fantasy Network. Make sure you guys check out all our shows. We're putting content out, everything from WWE to Joe rambling on about how Caleb Williams is the god. Once again, I've been listening to it since week 1. Don't even get me started.
God bless him.
So once again, guys, make sure you guys check out our socials on For Frequency's Sake. We're doing our annual Elite 8 moments from the NFL season, Elite 8 bets, and Elite 8 players to watch out for in the Super Bowl. We just put out our Elite 8, sports franchises of all time. The other day, Bulls rang in as number 1. The Jordan Bulls rang in as the best franchise of all time. With, I think, Steelers into the list at 8. So just think of the teams between the Steelers and the Bulls, and Joe was probably wrong. Is how I'm going to say. But once again, thank you guys all for watching, tuning in. We'll be back next week. Have a good night.
Peace.
This has been a For Frequency's Sake Podcast Network production. For more great content, subscribe to For Frequency's Sake on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.